Hello, my name's Scott Perry. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
In today's review, we're looking at Limited Edition Deluxe by Gordon Bean and Larry Jennings. It's presented or produced by Penguin Magic. The TLDR on this is that it's fantastic. It's one of the best packet tricks I've played with and learned and performed for quite a while. It's up there in the level of NFW or the Princess card trick, which this is kind of a variation of. So I can only recommend this. It's easy to do. It's very approachable for everyone of all skill levels. And it's an interesting, entertaining card trick. That's the TLDR. I recommend it. Mine was about £17 from Vanishing Ink, but you can purchase it directly from Penguin Magic, who produced it, for $20 US. That's the TLDR. Let's get into a few more details. What is it? The Limited Edition Deluxe. It's a new version, a remade version of the Limited Edition packet trick. And it comes with a whole host of things. But what it is, what the effect is essentially a variation of the Princess card trick. So you fan 6 cards. Someone thinks of one of those cards. You put the packet together. And then when you spread it out, instead of the card vanishing, like in the Princess card trick, one card has turned blank. And you can say that they made it blank, you can say you made it disappear, you can say whatever, give it whatever presentation you want, but one card is now blank, and it's the card that they were thinking of. You can then show both sides of the fan, and you can even take the blank card out if you want, before putting it back in, and then sticking it back in your pocket, or wherever you put your pile of cards. That's what the trick is. It's a vanish of a thought of card from a fan of 6 playing cards. What do you get with the Limited Edition Deluxe? The reason it's called Deluxe is because there's a whole host of handlings and options with this one. So you receive 10 cards, each of which is gimmicked in some way. And when I say gimmicked, I mean specially printed. So the cards that you get printed in this, you're unlikely to find some of them in other decks of cards. They are, from what I understand, printed for this trick. So it'd be difficult to put it together with other sets of cards. So that's what you receive in terms of physical items. There's also a link within the packet that takes you to a video download that's hosted on Vimeo, and it's roughly an hour long, an hour and 7 minutes, something like that. It's brilliant. It covers handling by Eugene Burger, by Dan Harlan, by there's a performance from Maven, I think, but not handling. So there's lots of variations, and then of course the handling from Gordon Bean and Larry Jennings, the creators of the effect. That is what you receive when you purchase the Limited Edition Deluxe. 10 specially printed cards and an hour of instructions. I just want to interrupt the review for a second. Please do subscribe to this channel. Please do support this channel. Share the reviews if you find them useful. The more this channel grows, the more reviews I'll be able to do. I'm doing this to try and help everyone to make good choices and not regret buying bad magic or poorly made magic. So please do support this channel as much as you can. I really do appreciate it. Back to the review. How easy is it? Very easy. As I said in the TLDR, I recommend this to everyone because it's approachable from all ends of the skill spectrum. There aren't really any sleights that you need to do for this. The most complicated thing that you have to do to perform this effect is just remember a couple of things. And they're not even sleights. It's the case of, shuffling 2 cards from the top to the bottom. It's very basic stuff. So I think whether you're a child or a seasoned professional, you shouldn't have a problem performing this. You're just going to have to set aside a little bit of time to remember the order, remember the orientation, just like any packet card trick. Just like, as I said in the TLDR, NFW, or the Princess card trick, or anything like that, you will need to remember a few things that you have to do in order. But in terms of skill overall, it doesn't really have a skill level. You take the cards out, you tell a story, you do a couple of fans, and that's it. Which brings me on to reset time. The way that they've structured the routine in this makes it an instant reset. You don't have to end in that way, but the way that they teach you to do the routine and do the choreography and order the cards, it resets it instantly to go ready for another group of people or another performance, just so that you know it's reset in your pocket, in your case, wherever you may keep these. And that's as simple as it is. It's an instant reset after you've finished performing it. Angles, they're really good. You can perform it pretty much surrounded. You would just have to keep the cards close to your chest, that's all. The blank card, or the card that has the thought of card that has disappeared, can be taken out. You can show it pretty much both sides. It's very fair. And then also you can show the fan of cards both sides. They do cover a couple of nuances. For example, when you hold the cards up like this and one has vanished, people from behind you get a different experience. So there's a dual reality thing going on. But they do cover everything that you need to be aware of in the instructions when teaching you the handling. But you can perform it pretty much surrounded. You just need to be careful of people peering over your shoulder. That's it. Pocket space is great. Out of the 10 custom cards that you're given, you only need 6 of them. So your pocket space is literally a pile of 6 cards. In the instructions, they teach you to keep it in an empty card box. That's to do with the presentation that they teach you, but that's all you need. That it takes up very, very little pocket space. The only thing is that eventually you will have to buy more cards. But that transitions us nicely into my final thoughts on the Limited Edition Deluxe. I think it's fantastic. It's a relatively good price. It's kind of steep, I think, for a packet trick, but the reason I think it's worth it, and the reason why I would recommend it to everyone, is because they give you so many cards, so many gimmick cards, and they have to print X amount of these cards. And also the instructions are very comprehensive. They don't leave anything out of the instructions, and it's a superbly well-made product. The only thing is, as I say, if you do perform it regularly, you will have to get new cards eventually. These will wear out. So I would say if you really like the trick, maybe buy 2 or 3 of them, and then you know that you're set for years. But that overall, I think, is everything I have to say about the Limited Edition Deluxe. I highly recommend it. It's one of the best, most fun, interesting packet tricks I've played with for quite a while. That's the review for today. If you enjoyed this review, hit the like button, leave a comment if you have any questions. Of course, share this video if you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next review.